Alrighty then, we are finally loaded and back here for some more dev work. So, we are going to look at limonite first. Make sure all the normal people that need to be here have gotten their butt here. But I will show you guys that didn't work on it that limonite has now been put into the primitive blast furnace. 4 yellow limonite and dark ash makes you 1 iron ingot. 4 and a coal coke will make you an ingot. 8 and carbon, which you probably aren't going to get when you're using a primitive blast furnace, will give you 2. And that's 4 and a dark ash. So everything looks beautiful there. We can even do 20 and 5 with a block. Now, I'm kind of wondering why it's giving you GT5 dark ashes and regular ashes instead of the GT6 ones. Alright, so there's DBP. Now, where is the chubby one? Send me in the chubby one. Alright, so put in your notes, DBP. For some reason, this is using GT5 dark ash. It's probably because it's a GT5 machine, right? Yes, I know the ads on Twitch are annoying. I can't do shit about them. Sorry. Really be nice because they'll unify to GT6. I'm sure. I hope. But it's just kind of annoying that they're coming out as those white ones that we can't frickin' see. Also, what have you said? Because the ads can kind of cut you off. Oh, I was just looking at the limonite stuff that got added, and everything looks good, except it's, you know, kind of annoying that it gives us GT5 ash instead of GT6 ash and dark ash, because it's the white shit. I'm sure it'll be unified, but it's just annoying, and I don't know if it's possible to change it because it's GT5 and not GT6. Maybe that's something you guys can do in mind tweaking. I don't know. Where is the chubby one? I want the head of the turtle. Send in the turtle. Alright, so now the problem though is, and I thought we had a version that fixed this, but apparently not. Yeah, we get unified and we could probably output GT6 items, but if we did, we'd need to add GT6 as a dependency, which would make dev complete hell, as we'd have the same load times as the pack. Okay, but is it something that you can do in mind tweaking afterwards to change it just, and is there any way to rip this fucking GT5 shit out? I know for the actual game thing, for the Bears Den edition of GT5, which is what this is loaded as, they need to be in there. But is there any way you can do an if statement of, if GT6 exists, fuck off all your materials? Is that possible? Because these white ones are seriously annoying. And would it break everything if you did do so? Mind tweaking, yeah. We just have to redo the recipes. We could hide the GT5 materials, but we can't get rid of them. Oh, okay. They're just annoying. Just GT5 recipes, still need them unless we change all of the recipes. Yeah, we're not doing all that shit. Okay. So next thing is we still have centrifuge recipe. Can that be taken care of through mind tweaking? That is pulling the GT5 recipe in to a GT6 machine. And that is not how you do limonite in a centrifuge. And holy shit, it's kind of stupid to put the fluid in the recipe and then give you the frickin' cell back over here. Oh, it's the oxygen cell. Never mind. But still, this isn't how it's done here. Oh, that's the GT5 centrifuge. Fuck. Damn it. Never mind. Okay, now there is one thing I do know I need to look at. Okay, so the yellow is fine. No, that's combination. Where's the other one? Where's the EBF? Blast furnace. 8 and carbon. 4 and dark ash. Okay, so the yellow limonite is right. The brown limonite, though, last time I loaded this up was not. It was right. Yeah, see? Here it's 2 and a dark ash. It's supposed to be 4. So somehow in that fix, yellow limonite got done, but brown limonite didn't. Okay, so that you can fix. And Muramasa left a message in GT5 Dev you and Chubby need to take a look at. I know Chubby's already seen it. About how to do the scanner item not being deleted thing. And everything else from what I can see so far looks good. The only thing I can say that we need to do now, once that recipe is changed and you guys look at the scanner thing so that Bear's Den edition of GT5 is completely done and we can, work on just the mind tweaking part of this, is, we need to get me off of giving me shit. I don't want your shit. Okay, so these recipes have already been removed. So that's pretty much all we need to look at now is, remind me, put it in the notes. We're going to turn the hammer crafting off for GregTech. There is still some NEI bugs in there, and I don't think people should be forced to go through the GregTech anvil crafting thing if they're doing GT5 only for some reason. We removed them via scripts already. Okay, cool. Yes, Shadow. More dev talk, so more bitching. But the main thing we need to talk about now, since I think we've got everything about ready, is what things are we going to gate as far as other mods? What scripts from GT6 Adventure would you want implement? Do we want to implement in here? We were looking at Galacticraft and trying to gate, or just basically changing the recipe for the NASA workbench to use robotic arms and stuff like I had in the GT6 Lite. Also in that one, I had all of the regular, like the coal generator. This easy ass thing was turned off. There was no recipe for it. I also had the compressor turned off, since you could do all of that stuff in GregTech machines. Yeah, we were also doing the rocket nozzle, taking out the flint and steel, and the button, and the tin canister, maybe putting an air vent in here, or using a curve plate, that kind of stuff. Honestly, Galacticraft and IE is the only mods I think need direct modification. All other mods kind of are balanced just from the world gen. What do you want to gate in IE? Are you thinking the same thing that I did in we can do that if that's what you guys want. Let me switch this over to the other thing here, and let me open the config, because there are a lot of them for adventure. And remember, if we put them all in here, it's going to make this load slower. And I think I had a problem. One of them was keeping the pack from loading. So we'll have to look at that too. Hopefully somebody that's got a faster loading computer than me, because this sumbitch loads slow for me. Figure out which one of them it was that wasn't loading. Let me bring up the scripts here. Alright. Caution, white screen incoming. Alright, so we don't have blue power, right? So we shouldn't need that one. The buildcraft script is just removing the coal burning engine and removing the refinery. Is that something that we agree isn't needed? Thinking whatever has been done in GG6A, I don't even know what IE might have that needs gated. Just the only mod that might need gated I can think of. Alright, well, I'll show you here in a minute what I did gate in IE, so you know for sure. But just kind of tell me what you guys think of these, and I will throw them in and we'll load them up and make sure they work. You can still have the redstone engine, and you can still have the combustion engine, I do believe, with this. No, this is engine block 1 and 2. So this is the Stirling engine and the other one. That's because you can do the RF through GT6, and I think GT5 allows you to do RF through cables. Somebody needs to check that one to make sure that that's still in there. I'll see, the reason why I did the GT5 cable, oh yeah, they're disabled completely. Okay. Alright, I don't have a problem with that. Now, what about the refinery? Do you guys think we should remove the Buildcraft refinery and you should have to go through GT5 or GT6 distillation towers for oil? Or do you guys think we should just leave this go? Let's see, my reason for taking these out while you guys do your answering was because I wanted everybody to not make RF through GregTech. I wanted them to make RF through, or I didn't want them making RF through other machines. Because of the fact that we have IE in here and we have IE cables, and at least in GT6, they'll work. GT5, they'll work too, but you got to do a little finagling. I didn't want people powering their machines off of RF. Now, Greg actually has blocks in GT6 now that allow you to create stuff through, or make power through RF, but you have to make his blocks. So that was the idea behind taking out these two engines. I did it for everything. Every mod that added a way of generating RF, I killed it. If the refinery can make fluids GT6 can use, disable it. Otherwise, I'd say leave it for Buildcraft players. Yeah, it makes fuel the GT5 and GT6 can use. And the Buildcraft oil can be processed in a GT5 and a GT6 distillation tower, which still puts out the same fuel that can be used for Buildcraft as well. But the only thing that needs the Buildcraft fuel in Buildcraft is this one engine, which I still feel we should take out. But I will leave it to the masses. Is the crazy lady here? Where is the crazy lady? I need my secretary. Hold on a second. Let me get the crazy lady. Dun, 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 dun. Get in the recording studio. Hope like heck she moves her butt. Let me answer this question. There's my secretary.
What do you want?
I need my secretary. Since there's some people that haven't watched the video or aren't watching the stream and may not watch the video, I wanted you to put some of these questions into the changes that we're proposing.
But I don't know how to get that box around.
Oh, it's just the grave key 3 times before and after.
The what?
The grave key. It's the key right next to your 1.
So the squiggly key is like
the squiggly key, yes.
3 times?
Yes, you do 3 of them, what you want, and then 3 of them again at the end.
Okay.
And
sorry,
it's okay. GregTech will be in there, but functionally it'll be disabled. We're only putting it in there for some of the things that it adds, that like the 3D crafting table and things like that. But you won't be required to hit the anvil with a table with a hammer for crafting. You won't be required to use it for anything. You can use a crafting table for everything.
Okay, so if it's functionally basically disabled, why have it?
Just to piss you off. Because we're trying to load all add-ons in here that are possible to load, and it is one that is possible to load. But we don't want it to be like GT6 was in the beginning, where people were forced to use it. It's going to be more like what we had in Fight, where it's there, but it's kind of subtle. You can use it, you can leave it alone. The only thing it's going to do is piss you off by changing the chicken breeding, which shouldn't piss you off because it's pretty much like TFC, and it'll kill your cows if they go in the desert. And I think we may even be... You've never lived in a desert, and you've never had cows in a desert.
But if I wanted to...
But you never have, so stop arguing it. Oh, and the main thing for having GregTech is for repairing tools. You're right, Qwerty. If I can figure out how to turn that off just for you, I'll think about it.
Literally, that's my biggest problem with it, is killing the cows.
How is that a big problem? It's every time you walk out in the desert, you see cow skulls. They die in the desert. It's realistic. Deal with it.
No, that's
okay.
Murderous.
Anyways, we're trying to get on to shit. They don't spawn there. It's not murdering them. Stop it. Okay, number one, do we remove all RF power generation to be created within GregTech?
Slower, please. I cannot type that fast.
Do we remove RF power generation?
RF power. Is that it?
From any mod other than GregTechs. But the refinery thing, I definitely agree. I don't think we need to vote on that one. But what do you guys think? Should we vote on that one?
What about the refinery?
The Buildcraft refinery can take oil and turn it into fuel. But we have the distillation tower in GT6, we have distillation tower in GT5, and we also have the distilleries in GT5 that can do it as well. Now,
so is that even needed?
It's not needed at all. So I say we take it out. Now, if we do disable RF generation in all other mods, the refinery thing will definitely go, because then there's going to be even less reason for it. But the question is, do you guys think we need to vote on that one or just disable that
one? Probably just disable it. I mean, because if you're taking out, we're not gonna have really a way to use it, right?
Well, you can create RF power through the GregTechs to power it.
But why would you want to go that way? Isn't that like wasting power through the conversion process?
I don't believe anymore it is if you make the proper block. Let me switch back over to the game real quick here. GT. I can't remember the name of it because I never make the damn thing. I think it's Flux. Not Flux, you jackass. Flux. Okay, so a steam engine will create RF at a 50% loss, like every other conversion. But there are also these flux. You can flux heater. Didn't he make one that actually created RF? Flux dynamo emits redstone flux losslessly. Efficiency is 68.75, so there is an efficiency to it. But you can power GregTech stuff through RF, and you can create RF with GT6. And with IE cables, you can power anything RF from GT5 and GT6 as well. Okay, Chubby also agrees to disable disable the refinery. E says no RF generation. Crazy has already pretty much agreed with me that no RF generation. So unless anybody else has any say in it, I say the main people working on the pack and, agree, so we take the shit out. Somebody has to give me a really good reason that we don't take it out. As of right now, I'm going to load any script that takes out RF generation. And because it's a script, if anybody doesn't like it and they're not playing on our server, they can just take the script out. It's not a problem. It's not like we're loading this into the actual mod. It's just a script. Okay, so check recipe. What is this one? This recipe no longer needed. Check and see if there is still necessary. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't think that one is needed. I think we can remove that one. Chisel. This one, somebody definitely needs to check. Because I don't know. Oh, I think this one is definitely needed. Because this is to change some of the. Like if you're using Railcraft Abyssal Stone to turn it into, give you ability to chisel it into basalt and remove some of the worse chiselable things. So I think we need to add that one in. Let's see, coke ovens. This is to remove the IE and Railcraft coke oven. Both GT5 and GT6 have a coke oven. Everything commented out in the chisel one. Is it really?
GT5 has their coke oven? Oh, yeah, the charcoal thing.
Oh, so none of those work, is what you're saying, DVP. Well, why the fuck is it even in there? Huh.
All of them are disabled. They're currently not active. I don't know.
Remind me to check that out later. I need to figure out why those are all commented out. Okay, so coke ovens. What are your guys' feeling on coke ovens? You think this is something we need to put up to vote? I feel we have a coke oven from GT5. We have a coke oven from GT6. IE and Railcraft coke ovens are not needed. GT5 even has that fucking charcoal pit thing.
Well, that's what I was talking about. What is the coke oven in GT5 that you're not talking about? The charcoal thing?
Oh, wait a minute. They don't have a charcoal pit. They have the charcoal, or they don't have a coke oven. They have a charcoal pit.
Right.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about the pyroluce oven that burns.
Yeah, but that's not really a coke oven, but yes, sort of. Remove the coke ovens. Disable coke ovens. They are easy to make anyways in GT. All right. Crazy?
Right, we don't need them.
Crazy agrees. All right. Computer craft. This is to make computers require a GregTech circuit. It does absolutely nothing else. Let me bring up.
I say that's fine too.
The computer craft. Where is the computer craft computer? It literally leaves it made out of fucking stone and gold. Oh, we don't have computer craft in here. We only have open computers in this one, so that one doesn't even matter. Alright, let me... Okay, so I'm going to make a folder in here. And I'm going to copy the Buildcraft one, the Coke Oven one, and I'm going to put them in the new folder, and we'll load them into the game after I get this done. Galactic Craft has vanilla recipes because nobody's wrote the scripts yet. But I do have some Galactic Craft scripts in here, which we're going to be looking at here in a second. Okay, forestry. This is to remove the RF engines, remove the bottler since GT has that functionality, remove the centrifuge since both GT has it, the fermenter, because both GTs have it, the squeezer, and the still. So this again is, are we overstepping by turning off easier ways of doing stuff in another mod? Do you guys think we should leave those machines available, or since you're playing a GregTech pack, you don't need them because they only do things that GT can do?
Yeah, but you don't want to bog down like your GT centrifuge with whatever you use the centrifuge in forestry, because it's literally just for bees, right?
It's literally just for bees, yes.
Yeah, so then what's the issue in having it?
The issue, it isn't an issue in having it, it's just that it's not needed because you can do it with a GregTech one. And it's the idea behind me originally disabling these is that it is trying to force people, and I know you hate that part, into actually giving up something that they know and trying something new that they don't know. Everybody knows that if you're using forestry, you make a centrifuge, you throw your stuff in there, and it centrifuges them. Most people don't know that they can use their GregTech centrifuges and do it that way. If we disable it, it forces them to look for another option and not just go with the old standby way of doing it.
Yeah, but isn't the ideal for this pack is not to force one way over another? So
That's
everyone
why
has
I'm
fun with
asking
it.
your guys' opinion. The idea is to
So that's
not
just
force somebody to go
huge.
GT5 or GT6. This is RF shit. I will force the fuck out of everybody when it comes to RF shit. I don't care. I'm not going to force anybody to do GT5 over GT6 or vice versa. But the other mods are only there to be complemented or complementary. So yes, I will force the shit out of them when it comes to those. Same way I was
I
in
say give them the
GT6.
option, but
Well, remember, if we're taking out the RF
I've never
generation,
really used
they're
those.
still having to make RF through GregTech to power these things too.
Right.
Since playing GT Pack, disable engines. Not hard to get a bronze centrifuge with RU and GT6. Alright, so DBP doesn't care. Chubby says fuck them like I do, apparently. DBCP says to vote. Crazy's on the fence. She doesn't care. She does care. She's a
It's
woman.
just
She can't make up her fucking mind.
I play with you anyways, and at our base, I'm not allowed to have those anyway. So to
You don't
me,
do bees in the first fucking place. So
I know.
put this one into the vote. So the thing is with the bottler, man, there is so much things in. What are you telling me to hydrate for? I'm not in GT6. There's no hydration in this pack. Go away. Tell me to hydrate.
So just disable them. Don't put it for a vote. If everyone else is saying fuck them, and I'm on the fence, just do it. I don't use them anyway.
No, I mean you, the human. Oh, you want me to hydrate? I got dip in my mouth. I can't take a drink. You know how bad that tastes? Bottler and squeezer have too many recipes. Centrifuge is just for bees. Yeah, the bottler is the main one that I think absolutely has to go because it'll do any fluid into any container. I think it definitely has to go. The centrifuge, meh. I don't really care. The fermenter is one you can kind of fight over, but the fact that you can use the biomass from it to make stuff in the other ones is the reason why we took it out. The squeezer can, I think, do just about any squeezing recipe, and the still is basically a distiller. It's everything is just cheap in those, so I say put it into a vote.
Just take them out.
Crazy says, "Fuck it, she's too lazy to type. Just take them out." That's literally what Crazy just said in my ears. Is fuck it, just take them out. I don't want to put it up for a vote. All right, you heard the.
So
Everybody else agreed, so yeah, we'll throw it in there. All right, so forestry's in there. All right, now we got to look at Galacticraft. And don't ask me why we have two. Whoever did these scripts was lazy, didn't want to add one to the other. Looking at E99 because he did most of my scripting. So recipe remove Galacticraft core.
Even though you didn't say hi to me.
Tile machine. This is for RF, higher tier RF generator. Gasoline works in machines. Refinery is not needed. Remove the NASA workbench, and this is the new recipe for it. So this is where you guys are going. We're going to have to look and see. So we definitely need that one. But we need to make sure that the GT5 parts will work here. It doesn't use an or dictionary thing, does it? It does for the steel. See, it uses GregTech GT item. Shit, I grabbed something I shouldn't have. So we're going to have to rewrite this recipe to use GT5 stuff. Let's see. This is the original one that was never told what everything was. This is removing all kinds of the compressor, and you know what? Hold on. Let's just take these two here right now and throw them in and take a look at it. Your recipes were too OP or too rough, in my opinion. You can blame me for that. You need to tone them down just a little bit. Get rid of you. That's not what I wanted. I want instance folder, Minecraft scripts. Paste those there. Get into the game and slash empty reload. And there's going to be some errors because Galaxy Space isn't in here. But let's look it up and see what is actually changed. And then you guys can see what is needed. So that one is a regular recipe. This is where we do have one issue. Bear, stop being a fucking wussy. I love how I named that script. Yeah, shut up. Now I gotta go back into fucking utility. No, that's not what I want. I'll turn the fucking... Screw it. Options. Music sound. Shut the fuck up. There we go. I don't have to cheat. I just turn it down. This is one thing. Greg actually made it to where you can use regular plates as compressed plates. I didn't know it needed dense plates, though. Did we make that recipe? I don't mind that recipe, but I don't remember it needing dense plates for the bottom. I wonder if Greg actually did this, because that's not one I remember. Buggy fueling pad. Oh yeah, I think Greg did this because I don't remember doing that. But the oxygen collector, it's the same. Oxygen decompressor, it's the same. Oxygen sealer is the same. Let's see, detector. Now, if I remember correctly, oh, that one didn't get changed. Okay. I thought we had a thing in here where the basic wafers were circuits, and that the basic wafers were removed. The refinery definitely is removed. The loaders should all be, okay. See, this one has a T3 circuit in it. And that's the way this oxygen detector should be too. But we'd have to put make that a OR dictionary thing, or we'd have to make two different circuits for that. It uses for the bottom blocks for the bottom half in vanilla, so dense plates makes sense. Okay, I think Greg probably did that then. If a script errored, chance that the recipe didn't even load at all. Well, let's see which one it was that errored. Ah, motherfucker, hit the right button. Error executing that one. So did that not do anything in that one? Let's see. Error Galacticraft. It had to have done part of it because right there's the Galacticraft 2. And it says that we need to take out line 9, 10, 14, 15, 17, 18. Okay, 9, 10. So these two here. So we do that. That's the comment thing, right? And then 14 and 15, that. We can now 12, 13, 16, and 17 are all connected, right? To, let's see, so it would be like this. Now I see why he told me we should comment or leave comments in here to why we're doing all these things. Holy crap, this is a pain in the ass. Let's see, error 14, 15, 17, 18. 14, 15. Oh, I never saved the fucking thing. It's saved. Wait. Am I in the right fucking folder? This is that one. This, how do you close all this shit? File, close all. Okay, open this back up. Okay, so I changed the wrong one and the wrong one. Alright, hold on. Undo that, undo that, save, and close all. Okay, now let's get rid of that for a second. Open this one, and it was 9, 10, 14, 15, 17, and 18. Save. Reload. Error parsing 13. Okay. 13 is this one, so we'll do that. Save. $19. Motherfucker. See why I hate this shit? That's why you guys are doing this shit. That's the airlock frame. Why would I have a problem with the airlock frame? Didn't it say 19? Expected. Anybody know what that problem is? Anything that takes a GT5 Tier 3 circuit will accept a GT6 Tier 3 circuit. Yeah, but this is wrote for taking GT6 Tier 3 circuits. They don't work the other way. So we'd have to change it to a GT5. Man, imagine if this is, yeah, I don't care about 112. Line 11, I think. Partial recipe line 11. Where do you guys see 11? I see 13 and 19. But okay, I'll take out 11, 12, 16, save. Now we'll try. Aha! Alright, scripts are all loaded. So, all of these are still the same. That one still has a wafer in it though. So that one needs to be changed if we're doing away with the wafer thing. The refinery has no recipe. The loaders are using a GT6 circuit, which needs to be changed to a GT5 circuit. There's the NASA workbench recipe. So it's compressed steel, which you can make in a compressor now, just like that. This one won't exist. MV robotic arms and a T6 circuit. Okay, DBP. And make sure you write this as a GT5. Now, the one problem with this is a T6 circuit in GT6 is very easy to make. It is not very easy to make in GT5. T6 is hard as fuck in GT5. So do we change this to like tier 3? Or do we leave it at tier 6 and it's your fault if you try to do GT6 or GT5 on your own? Let's see, the decorative blocks don't matter. Make it whatever HV is, maybe EV max. Change it. Crazy, what do you think?
What?
We have a T6 circuit in the NASA workbench to be able to go to the moon and places.
Yeah, that's the highest circuit, right?
Right. In GT6. Other than the processing circuits. But getting to a T6 circuit in GT6 is very easy because you can do it all in the bronze machine. But in GT5, getting to a tier 6 circuit is way late game, remember? Because you have to make the tier 1 and put a bunch of them together to make tier 2 and a bunch of them to make tier 3. And
pain in the ass.
It's a royal pain in the ass. So are we going to make this an easier circuit, like say tier 3, which is HV, MV-ish? Or are we going to leave it that way, and if you choose to do GT5 and not touch GT6 at all, it's your own damn fault? The highest circuit level in GT5 is science fiction level tier. Yeah, I agree. So you already passed the 1960s level of tech. Yeah, I agree with that completely. That's why I don't like the idea of it being that high. We have a recipe that uses GT5T3 or GT6T6. Oh, are you saying we can have? It's possible.
You can make it require either or.
So a GT6 tier 6 or a GT5 tier 3.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So write that in a DM or in the suggestion thing to DBP because he's doing the scripting for this. So, or however you want to do it, tell somebody it's going to be T3 for GT5, T6 for GT6.
Okay. T6 for GT6. T3 for GT5 for what? A circuit for the NASA workbench?
Yes. And the GT5 version of the recipe needs to have MV robotic arms instead of the GT6 robotic arms. Now, if we actually try to do 5 and 6 together in the same base, we might actually want to go to space. Where GT6, we really didn't have anything, going, hey, get somewhere better for getting materials. We didn't really have that need. And Greg still hasn't done anything with the Mars stone, turf, dust, whatever. So, because I do believe it should be iron, and I think actually GT5 actually does a recipe for that. I don't remember which one it is though. I know somebody had said. Actually, I know who it was that said it. It was XAR. He said he went to the moon just to collect iron because he collected a bunch of the stone or the turf or something, and you could electrolyze it or centrifuge it into iron. So I'm not sure which one it is, but GT5, and that may be something that we had in a different. There was a script too. I don't know, but I know in one pack that we had, he could do that. So we'll have to see if that's in here somewhere. All right, so let's go look at the next things we have. Airlock's the same. Airlock controller, that's going to need another one because it takes a T3 circuit. Actually, so we'll have to change that over to a GT5 equivalent. I don't see where a T3 and GT5 would be a bad option. But it needs to have, a way of making it with GT5. Energy storage cluster. That one is gated to a T6 circuit. We don't even have the sulfuric batteries changed, which I'm amazed we didn't change those since we have sulfuric acid. We definitely should have either removed them. We probably should change this recipe to take a GT6 sulfuric acid battery or a GT5 sulfuric acid battery. Again, you guys get me into scripting and changing shit, I'm going to change everything. So, y'all got to stop me. And DBP's doing the scripting. He's going to go buck crazy if I let him. Hey, Gold Miner. It has been a very long time. Welcome back. So if I get too overboard, you guys just yell at me and say, whoa, slow down. We don't need all these scripts. But I think if we have sulfuric acid batteries, we should use them. I mean, we had it. Oh, I already read that one. Let's see. And the cluster thing, what the hell is this thing? Astro Miner Base requires the module and a beam core, which is pretty fucking easy to make. I don't really think the energy cluster should be enabled. When do you use Galactic Craft energy? The machine should accept energy from GT6 cables. Yes, all the machines will take up to HV. If you put anything above HV, they'll blow up. Glad to hear you're focusing on your schooling. I don't even know what the energy storage cluster is, so somebody that knows more about Galacticraft would have to say if that is an OP thing or not. To me, it's just a big battery box, is what I'm seeing it as. Let's see. Coal generator is removed. You don't need it. But do we want to take it out? It's a bat box for their energy. Electric compressor, regular compressor removed. Circuit fabricators removed. Oxygen storage module is fine. Energy storage module. Well, if we take it out, this is something that everybody needs to tell me how they feel. We do need this because it's used for the Astro Miner base, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what an Astro Miner is. But if you guys want to take out this recipe, I don't have a problem with that. I would never use it. I would use GT6. But again, do we want to force people to use GregTech power only? Or, once you can actually do the mod, if you want to use their power, you can. You can't use their power generation because we're taking it the fuck out. Yeah, GT everything. Okay. So then DBP, remove the energy storage cluster. The module has to have a recipe, but give it either GT5 or GT6 sulfuric acid batteries. Unless you guys can think of something else we could just change this to. Energy storage module is used to store large amounts of energy for later use. So it is a storage thing. Should we change this? Or I can replace the thing in the... Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Do you want to change the energy storage module to like a GT5, GT6, yeah, equivalent, say like we're trying to keep this around late MV, early HV. So we would change it out to either a GT5 or a GT6 bat box. Now, the only problem with that is you're not creating any batteries. The bat box itself is pretty easy, so I would say put one battery right here that is a GT5 lead acid or whatever. You can even use lithiums or whatever. I know Greg actually has where you can just set a like HV battery, and it'll do any of his HV batteries. But I would say just put a battery box and a battery there, I guess. Let's see, the solar panel, the circuit fabricator doesn't exist. So if we're going to allow the basic solar panel, we actually need something in here, like a silicon plate or something like that. Because you can still make all of these things. Oh, nope, you can't make that. Never mind. Those aren't makeable. So you should probably remove those recipes, or we need to make up a recipe that will work. And for this kind of stuff, I will leave this to a discussion in Discord, where you guys can discuss what you think, or where we can all discuss what we think the recipe should look like. We can try out different ones. GT6 solar exists too, man. I do have to say I like the advanced solar. It really looks cool. And I do know for a fact that GT6 solar works on the moon. Because I actually tried to talk Greg into putting it in there to where it would actually make extra power if it was on the moon, because it didn't have the atmosphere to block the sun. But he wouldn't do it. So I know for a fact that it works. So crazy.
What?
Galacticraft solar stuff. Do you
More
think
about
we
it.
should have them craftable with more of a GT recipe, or just since we have GT5 and GT6 solars, get rid of them?
Get rid of them.
All right. Crazy agrees with you, DBP, to get rid of them. Yeah, it should make extra power on the moon like other solars.
Wait. If I'm
What?
agreeing with DBP, I have to change my answer.
I know, this is like me agreeing with Shadow. I understand. All right, so write those out, DBP. Communications disk. I don't know what the fuck it is, but there's no recipe for it. But I don't think we took it out. So somebody should check into this. Coal generation's already wrote out. Compressors already wrote out. Compressor. Circuit fabricators out. Oxygen storage, energy storage we already talked about. The furnace is in there, but it takes a T3 circuit. So that'll need to be changed to the appropriate circuit. We're taking out the energy storage cluster. The electric arc furnace uses graphite electrodes from IE and a T6 circuit, an electric furnace, and heavy duty plates. We have the IE arc furnace, and we have GregTech smelters. I don't know that this is needed, but I think we fucked with the recipe enough that who really gives a shit? I'm just going to go through stream again once the stream is done, not writing stuff down at the moment. Okay, that's cool. Aluminum wires and heavy duty wires. This is one of those things where people can leave in the comment or Discord if they think we should remove these, and because we have GT6 power works. The wires work, the battery box works, unless we need these for a recipe, which DBP can look through, because apparently it is needed for some, but it doesn't look like that's a problem. That one will have to be changed. If we need a sealable aluminum wire, that recipe would have to be changed. But yeah, if you're using GT6 power, you pretty much have to use GT6 wires, I would guess. I don't know if these will even connect. Wires shouldn't be needed. Even recipes can just use GT6 versions. Okay. Glowstone torches is fine. Fallen meteor, ores. The rocket recipes we can't really change that I know of, and we don't need to change them. oxygen mask and all the oxygen gear, the tanks, I'm perfectly fine with them being as boring and goofy as they are. The glasses and the lenses, I don't really give a shit about. We still want to change this one and get the damn button out, the flint and steel out for an LV igniter and a different nozzle here instead of a canister, a curved plate. Don't forget to change that, DVP. We can add an extreme crafting table. No, we're not doing that. Fuck you. So that one definitely needs to be changed. And I do believe there's a different one for each one of these that you'll have to change, each different tier. Nose cone is perfectly fine. The fins are perfectly fine. The pole's fine. The canvas is fine. Don't forget. Oh, hey, look. Scanner, visual. But we need the one added. Don't forget, we need the one that adds being able to. I forgot. This is the Greg thing of copying them. Don't forget to add the script to be able to scan something to give us these, which is like moon rock, Mars rock, so forth, and rubber for the buggy. I think we discussed. Let's see. Oxygen fan. Really? We changed the oxygen fan to take a circuit? Oh, I didn't know that. That is an awful expensive oxygen fan. Oxygen vent, that didn't get changed. Tin canister, that didn't get changed. I don't know why we made that quite so expensive, but you guys can discuss that amongst yourselves if it needs to be worse. Tier 1 booster. That's an engine booster and it takes wool. That's kind of weird. After we go through Galacticraft, we also need to look at extra planets, I think. Okay. I can do that. Copper canister, tin canister, the boots, the tools, all that good shit. All the ingots and plates and stuff and things. There is no infinite oxygen supply, so we don't have to worry about that. Throwable meteor chunk. You take a raw meteoric iron and you can make throwable chunks. Huh. I don't know what the difference is between it being cooked, but okay. A wrench. I don't know you're going to need. Cheese stuff. Your parachute. That's the Astro Miner base. Walkways have recipes. That one will have to be changed because it takes the bet wire. Oxygen pipes are fine. Energy beam reflector. I don't know what it does, but unless it's, OP as fuck, I'm fine with it. Receiver. I take it as just like a wireless power. If that's what this is. Connect to energy machine input and output to transfer energy using beams. You guys can discuss that. We might want to change that because it seems like wireless power we might want to think about. Short range telepad. Probably should have a teleporter in it, in my opinion. Dense ice. And that's the other things there. Thermal padding. Thermal cloth. I don't know why you'd use redstone, but okay. There's the heavy duty engine, which needs to be changed to not have a button. Flint and steel, same thing. all the rest of this shit should be fine. Dash tools. Fluid manipulator, I don't know what it is. See, in this one we used a tin rotor. Why didn't we do that for the oxygen things? I don't think we need that to be quite as badass. We might be able to change that one. It's laser power transfer. Depends how well it works with GT6 cables. It may not work at all. Alright, well, can you check that out, please? Origin drive needs ores. I don't know what that thing is, but it looks like it takes GT5 ores. Need to make sure it takes a GT6 equivalent since we're in a GT6 world. I'm not seeing any GT6 ones in here. I'm only seeing GT5. No problem. You got to the end of this month to get all the scripting and testing and shit ready. So that's why I wanted to get the GT5 stuff done, was so any of this stuff that needed to be tested and changed was done. Alright, so you said extra planets. Tungsten sword, which takes apparently only a tungsten ingot from extra planets, but this says there isn't such a thing, so they apparently didn't a mercury ingot, really. Hold on, let me bug Greg. Okay, I bugged Greg about it. So, mercury tools are retarded. Welcome back. Carbon, uranium, and see, none of this looks like it's ore dictionaried. For the ingots, palladium, crystal. I don't even know what the hell this shit is. Uranus crystal ore. So you're pulling chunks out of Uranus. Alright, I'll just leave that with you there. A red gem comes from Jupiter red gem ore. A blue gem, isn't a blue gem a fucking diamond or sapphire or something like that? Blue diamond, apparently they're special diamonds. Purple diamond, yellow diamond, green diamond. Why did we use this shit? The sticks are ore dictionary, but the ingots aren't. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Hey, Derek, how's it going, man? A uranium helmet. Oh, there you go. That's some fucking extra special stupid right there. I'm gonna cover myself in uranium. Carbon, use fucking graphene for this. Really piss people off that are used to making it. All that stuff there. Tungsten, that's all the other stuff. A mercury battery. Those aren't needed. We have batteries. Get rid of that shit. Compressed mercury. And what is that used for? Just a battery. Alright, fuck off. We don't need to have you. At least you would see down the passage with the uranium helmet. Yeah. Some people are strange. Advanced refinery. Can't make it because there is no refinery. Ultimate refinery. Can't make because there is no refinery. Advanced fuel loader. That will need a different wafer. It says currently unused. But it obviously is used if it's in this recipe, dumbass. But that'll have to be changed. Advanced oxygen compressor uses 4 oxygen compressors and magnesium ingots. That's completely doable. Advanced oxygen decompressor. That can be made. Ultimates, then the hybrid solar panel. We're not going to have the regular solar panels, so these won't be used. A vehicle charger uses sulfuric acid batteries, so those would have to be changed out to GT5 or GT6 batteries. Tier 4 rocket uses a Tier 4 rocket engine, so all those rocket engines need to be changed. All of these schematics need to have a way of being scanned so you don't have to do the stupid shit. Diamond apples, iron apples. What the fuck? Weird ass people, but okay. Tier 2 thermal cloth, thermal paddings, more damn batteries, block of dash, compressed titanium. What makes that a better battery? None of these are needed because we're not going to have any of the... As long as there's not a recipe that needs them, all those batteries can be just... I'm alive. At least you would see... Oh, I already read that. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Mars rover. So apparently we can make a rover. Wheels, uses buggy wheels. Okay. Leather around a plate. Probably should change that to rubber sheets in my opinion. Diamond wafer is not used. Carbon wafer we already discussed. Titanium, red. The titanium one is used in an ultimate fuel loader, so that'll have to be changed. Red one is not used. The blue one's not used. The white one's not used. Lead ingot. A full kit? What the hell is a full kit? Protection kit. Hey, I am starving. I should eat something. Okay, back to recipes. I'm probably going to die now because I ate too much meat. Probably gonna have a heart attack. Tier tool. Oh, these are just kits with oxygen and stuff. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so we went through that. Is there anything else? Oh, we need to go through the rest of the fucking scripts, don't we? Okay, so we got that figured out, I think. Galaxy space is not needed. GregTech, we removed advanced circuit base, but this is... Oh, this is removing the IC2 circuits, but it's commented out. Alright. So then we can just get rid of that one. IC2 Classic we're not using, so we don't need that one in this pack. Here's what I did for immersive engineering. I removed the metal barrels as GT6 has its own barrels, and these barrels would allow you to put things that are way too hot in an iron barrel. So we decided they needed to be removed, and I think they should be done in this pack as well. Remove the wooden barrels since GT6 has their equivalent. And if you guys have ported it, there are tanks in GT5 as well. If you go into the GT5 BDE, E made portable tanks in there. So you can port them into GT5 if you feel there needs to be a GT5 equivalent. Even though you can make the GT6 equivalent with GT5 material. Then we have the thermoelectric generator, which changed to use GT6 materials. The kinetic generator was changed. Basically, it makes you have at least an LV dynamo in it, which we may want to go and look at those because we might want to put like an RF, the GT6 RF generator block now that they're craftable in there instead of an LV dynamo. Not a whole lot different, but I felt that like the windmills and the water mills and the big diesel engine, there shouldn't be a problem with them being craftable, just not day one. So I just put an LV dynamo in them. And then this is removing nether brick from the arc furnace because it is a broken ass recipe. So let me take this one and copy it into here, and we will paste it into, and I will zip this folder up and send it out. I'll put it in Discord for you guys. Open computers. This one needs a lot of work. Somebody needs to volunteer to help with this one. The only thing we changed in it was circuit boards, replaced with GT6 stuff. Removed the raw circuit board completely so it had no recipe. And then printed circuit board, I don't know why that one's back in there. I need to take a look at that. But basically the only thing we've done in open computers, which I'm not even going to put this one in there, we need a complete redo of open computers. I like the IE changes, give alternative to make RF, but through GT materials. Thank you, Chubby. I thought it was a good idea. So open computers has a lot of things that need to be done. There is a GT5 hold on, let me just put computer. There are a lot of things in open computers that are very dumb, in my opinion. But only dumb because it is made to work with vanilla. But if you're working with GregTech, it is very, very dumb. Yeah, I don't know why the printed is commented out. Like using gold nuggets to make a capacitor, transistor. We have them. We don't need these recipes. The printed circuit board will work with a. Greg did this. So you can use a GregTech board. So the printed circuit board here, this is a recipe I did, I think. Wait a minute. Oh, we didn't have any. Yeah, that script isn't in there, so that had to be something Greg did. I thought that was something I did, but maybe Greg did it too. And if so, it's kind of dumb because you can either use a GregTech 6 circuit board or you can turn any tier of circuit. And see, I only had the T3 circuit in there. I think Greg did this because I'm not. We have no scripts for this. Do we have PAMs? I actually have to look at that. I don't know if we do or not. And yeah, I think we should use the GT5 recipe mode and then go from there with craft tweaking. Yeah, because there is no Open Computers GregTech 6 version. It's only GregTech 5 version. So we can use the GT5 version and then take a look at it. I do know that that's going to piss some people off, and we'll take a look at that one in a separate one, separate stream, because I'm going to have to change the config and reload the entire pack for that. It's not like scripts. So let's plate the Open Computer stuff for next time. We won't put any of those scripts in. Do we have PAMs in here? We do have PAMs in here. Alright, so that means the PAM script needs to go in there, and I will show you guys what it does. It makes a recipe for PAM spores, because there is no way of making them, and it removes the presser completely, because you can make tofu shit with GregTech 5 or GregTech 6, and I absolutely hate that stupid ass presser. So that is what it does. You're not getting a pack from me that does not have that in it, because I can't stand that stupid thing. Railcraft, I don't know if we have in here. Okay, Railcraft we have in here. So therefore, the Railcraft scripts need to go in as well. And that is because you need to get rid of the, this is RF generator, the tank cart using a GT6 item. This uses a GT6 tank. You'll need to put a GT5 equivalent, or if you put the GT5 tanks in there. Crazy, I don't see it in there. So if there's one, you need to figure out where it's at. Or you need to talk to DBP or Chubby or whoever's doing and have them make that script. Because I do remember we did have a bait thing, but for some reason it's not in there, and I didn't delete it, I promise. And yes, this is also removing the multi-block tanks, iron and steel, because they will crash with GT6 because nobody has fixed it. So that is going in as well. Solar, what is this? Solar recipe for GT6 Lite by E99. Renaming solars and NEI to reflect the GT6 tier they really are. This is actually IC2 Classic, so that is not needed. And then windmills, this is the same thing, so it is not needed either. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Apparently the idea of working at home doesn't, calculate to people. Alright, so I think that scripting is pretty much done. I'm going to take that I just fucking emptied and put it in here. Or just closed. Let me get that back out here. That's the wrong one. We already got that one open. I need the GT6 lights. And scripts. New folder. We'll just copy or cut all that out of there. And what the fuck did I open that for? Paste it into here. And then I can get rid of that folder. Go to the game. And empty, reload. See if anything crashes. Scripts are loaded. Alright, so everything should be working good. So I'll let you guys work on getting that done. And when you get it done, we can give it a try. So I think this will probably be the last one. Net made it for the old GT. Oh, the old GT5 pack. Okay, hold on, crazy. GT5, this one, I think. Let me look. Grips. IC2 Harvest Craft. Remove candle berry seed crafting as a config does not affect this recipe. Add mushrooms to the spore. Add a use for firm tofu as fish bait. Remove firm tofu as a substitute for raw fish. Re-add the thing as an egg substitute. Needs to be some other use for firm tofu as fish bait. I still hate that stupid thing because you ain't putting tofu in my fucking eggs. You bunch of tofu farting fairies. Alright, I will take this one and I will throw it in there as well. And you guys can, do you think we should go through these? I know the forestry one is probably the exact same thing. Except, oh no, this is actually where we made a better way of making stamps. Instead of it taking tin and shit like that, we used other materials from, like sapphires and magma creams and stuff like that, since copper and tin are used all the fucking time. I figured we'd use something a little bit better. What do you guys think about that? Change the OC config. Yeah, let me go do that right now before I forget. 5 for 6, config folder, open computers. You're going to have to tell me if I'm doing this right. So we need this string, right? And it goes into this one. Include file, default, include file, disable recipe, assign to disable the recipe for the. How do you tell it which one to use? Alright, I'll go through the ones that are semi-relevant. Dude, you change this fucking config and send it to me. I can't stand trying to understand the way they write shit. The way they write shit is just beyond my ability to fucking figure out. Okay, so dirt. This is a recipe for making dirt. In GT5 for the for use in the forestry thing, I wanted a way to make dirt, and this is a way to make dirt. I'll let you guys change it and send it to me. I done gave up. So you can use forestry mulch, water. This is in a mixer. I'll go ahead and throw this one in there and let you guys see how it works. Let's see. Ender IO will not be needed. We don't have that in there. This is the chisel config where everything isn't taken out. So let's go ahead and put that one over there. This is the forestry one that has the stamps. Somebody please put the two forestry ones together. And the same with the GregTech one. So we're going to take that one, and that one so far. Gravity suit. This fixes a recipe for the booster, the electric jetpack, and the nano chest piece. So let's, damn it, get out of here. Nano. Where is the platinum wires? GT5. Okay, this is not going to work. I thought you said it had GT6 equivalent. That doesn't have a GT6 equivalent that I'm seeing. All I'm seeing is GT5. But I think this is built right into GT5. I think this is something that was done in BDE. I'll merge and reformat anything. Okay. Nano suit, advanced chest piece. I was thinking there was one of these recipes that was not makeable, but maybe they got it fixed. I think the GT5 BDE guys, aka, I think this is an E thing, dude. I think E fixed this internally. So this will have to be changed because for some reason it's not giving us the right circuit. Oh, there's the shaped IC2 one. And I think this is why we had that script in there, was to take out the glass fiber because there is no glass fiber recipe. So this is a GT5. You might have to change this recipe that E made. E, where the fuck you at? He may have wrote it different than what Greg can, or dictionary somehow. It's obviously or dictionary to something because it's taking, 3 different GT5s, but it's not taking the GT6 one. And then this recipe can just be deleted completely. What was the other thing that was in there? The advanced electric jetpack, which is this one. Okay, so it was because of the glass fiber. This one is working. So that one can be left exactly the way it is. Just remove this recipe completely. Which actually I could just take and remove this and remove this, and that would remove those two recipes, right? And then recipe remove, that is for the Gravisuit booster. Is it this one or the other one? I think that's for the gravity booster. Yeah, I think it was because this was quite dumb. We want to make it harder. Alright, let me just take this. Okay, this is a GT5U. Let me grab this. We'll copy it over. And we'll put it into here. And then for this one, we will comment out the new recipes for those two. Save it. And let's go. Damn it, if I open Discord one more fucking time. Reload scripts again. Holy shit. Okay, apparently you're gonna have to fix the forestry stamp recipe because something blew the fuck up in that one. And the chisel one. You guys will have to take a look at that. So let's see. It didn't do shit to that. What about the nano or those recipes? Okay, that removed them completely. So that won't work. It removed both recipes. So therefore, I will let you guys deal with that one. We'll take that out. GregTech blocks. Make mossy variants of GT blocks craftable. We can go ahead and throw that in. GregTech machines. Temporary recipe to create potent dust. I don't think this one is needed anymore. Oh, I know that ain't needed anymore. Because that's an AUX shit. And we can't have AUX shit in here because it doesn't work. Alright, so we'll throw that in there. GregTech miscellaneous. Apparently there is no miscellaneous. We'll delete it. Harvestcraft we already moved. IC2. Convert IC2 basalt into GregTech basalt. We definitely should have that. Make harvester MV instead of HV. This is something that I just don't agree with. In GT5, they made the IC2 harvester take HV material, and I think that is dumb as hell. So that recipe just made this take MV material instead of HV material. I think you deleted the Gravisuit from the GT5U pack and not the tail. Did I? Let's see. GT6 Lights. GT5U. Fucking hell, you're right, I did. This one. Cut. This one. Paste. Thank you. Alright, I'll copy the script. I would appreciate, though, if you guys could take this recipe right here and actually put it into GT5 BDE. And I'd even go for something better, easier, because let me show you guys here. This is what it takes to do crops, but the bee shit takes nothing. You can do all of the bee breeding early, because you can just do all of the bee stuff, you know, in damn it, my damn speaker keeps falling over. You can do the IC2Bs, which, do we even have the IC2Bs? We should have. Maybe they're turned off. No, there they are, the GT5s. You know, you can do all of this shit in basic centrifuges. And, you know, 24 EU to do that stuff. This is HV. But you can do all these at 24 EU, which is LV. So if you can start doing B shit, you should be able to start doing harvesting shit, crop shit. I think you. So I will go ahead and copy that script over, so you guys can see that both the thing there, magnetic craft. We don't have that in this motherfucker. Hold on, guys. I've got to do an old man break. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm pissed like a Russian racehorse. Alright, I'm back. Let's see if we have magnetic craft, because I don't remember. Oh, we do have magnetic craft. Alright, then we most definitely want to have the magnetic crafts thing, which removes the dust brass. Let's see, why do I keep bringing that up? Well, fuck it, what did Greg say? Yeah, I'm not gonna look at any new GregTech stuff anymore, just too broken. Okay, so there you go, you gotta fix that. So let's look at brass dust. Okay, so apparently Greg took care of that. So that recipe's not needed. Greg already dealt with that. Alright, so back to the right one here. Railcraft, that should already be taken care of. Allow converting of blocks back into stone. Change ornate stone to match GT. File recipe. Laser recipe. I'm gonna throw this one in there. Magneticraft had one for brass. That was it. Had one script for removing brass dust. And there is no recipe for it. Greg must have already taken care of it. But I'm gonna throw this Railcraft one in here, because I don't know what the fuck. Apparently it's for making all kinds of different blocks different. So I will throw it in here. Y'all can take a look at it and do with as you want. This is for removing the stuff from the blast furnace and the rolling machine. Yeah, like I said, I'll throw those in there. You guys can do with them as you see fit. Hopefully it'll save you a bit of time. Your scripting, maybe give you a little bit of ideas. Alright, so is there anything else you guys think that we need to do? As far as magnetic craft, we really don't have to do too much with stopping it from being too early because it uses carbide, which is tungsten carbide, which you cannot make until, late game GT5 or GT6. So that takes care of making most of that stuff. You can do I think you can do the steam engine. Nope, and it takes tungsten too, so you can't even do that. Is there any other GT5 processing that needs to be fixed? I don't believe so, Chubby. We never did go through the blast furnace, so I guess let's go through the blast furnace again and make sure that everything got out of there that didn't need to be in there. Where is the EBF? There we go, blast furnace. Alright, so we got pig iron to steel, wrought iron to steel, coal, and tungsten carbide. I still don't understand that recipe. It should only be coal and tungsten to make tungsten carbide. So if you guys can find that to fix it, please do. Fucking retarded. And why is it giving you 7 of them? Be a 1-to-1 thing. Should be, and it shouldn't be coal. It should be carbon. 1 carbon and 1 tungsten make 1 tungsten carbide, or makes 2 tungsten carbide. So if you can fix that, please do. Dark ash and brown limonite. We already talked about the fact that that one broke. Pulsating iron, energetic. We don't need either of those. Malachite and coal will give you 1 copper. Some CO2 gas, that is fine. 17 and 2, yeah, that's fine. Limonite, that's fine. Garnierite and coal gives you 3 nickel, that's fine. No limonite, that's good. Carbon, that's good. Brown limonite, good. Fine. Brown limonite, coal coke. Garnierite, yeah, that's all hunky fucking dory right there. Garnierite, malachite, brown limonite, yellow, brown. These are all just different variations of the same recipe. Banded iron, coal, and calcite gives you 2. Ferrite, carbon gives you 3. Does that really need to be 4 carbon? I guess you get 4 CO2 out, so it must have a lot of oxygen. That's fine. Cassiterite. That's not something that matters because nobody has it. Cassiterite, mineral, silicon dioxide, and coal gives you a silicon ingot. Carbon monoxide, silicon dioxide, dark ash, silicon dioxide, coal, dioxide, and carbon dioxide. This is hematite, same as the banded iron. That is good. Iron to steel. Shadow steel to copper to annealed copper. Copper dust to annealed copper. Iron to meteoric steel. Gallium and arsenic to gallium arsenide. Ferrite mixture gives you nickel, zinc, ferrite ingots. That's needed for something, if I remember correctly. I don't remember what it was, but needed for something. I just fucked up and lost where I was. All the other steel ores that don't exist, so I don't give a shit. Dust variants to steel. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was gonna say something definitely missing here. Past all these, so I can unfuck up where I just fucked up. Steel dust, magnetic. Past all of those. Black steel stuff. Arsenide. Small pile of red steel and red steel. Steel. Vanadium steel. We ever do anything about that? Because Greg has vanadium and 4 steel, makes vanadium steel, and make vanadium steel dust, takes vanadium and chrome. So yeah, we need to worry about this one. This is probably something that needs to be done in scripting, because it's perfectly fine to be that way in BDE, but it's not fine to be in here, because we'd be able to get chrome from nowhere. So this recipe needs to be removed, so you can't make vanadium steel dust by crafting it with chrome. And the only way you should be able to make it in here is with the dust. So that wouldn't be a problem, but you probably should add in the 4-to-1 recipe with a script as well. Everything else looks fine. This is just... Oh, fuck, I'm still on vanadium steel. Shit. Steel, Damascus steel dust, which is craftable. Nickel, zinc, ferrite dust. Actually, no. Okay. That's just reprocessing it. Then aluminum dust. Aluminum. We do have to discuss that. Remind me in a second to look at bauxite. But Greg does aluminum a lot different than GT5. GT6 does it different than GT5. So there is not going to be a way of getting aluminum dust in GT5 for Tier 2 without going through GT6. So we probably should add the GT6 process into GT5 machines in some way. Because GT5 uses aluminum as MV. Hey, Stefan. So we're definitely going to have to look at that. Although if you do it the GT5 way, you'll be able to get, or the GT6 way, you'll probably be able to get into MV better. But for anybody that wants to try GT5, we definitely have to make a way for them to get aluminum. Stainless steel should not be an issue. That should all be the same. Chrome should not be an issue. Canthal should not be an issue. Scandium, don't give a shit. Titanium, that process is in both GT5 and GT6, so that's not a problem. Although they're a little bit different, but they shouldn't be a conflict. Because we don't have that, so we don't care. Electrical we don't have, so we don't care. Meteoric, yeah, this is just all the tiny and small dust shit. It is perfectly fine. Silicon and steel makes electrical steel, but it's not needed, so nobody gives a shit. Vanadium, bismuth bronze, which I still don't agree with being in a blast furnace. That's one thing I want to bring up to you guys that are doing the GT5 dev shit. Can you put the bismuth bronze into the primitive blast furnace? Because you should definitely be able to make bismuth bronze and black bronze in primitive age stuff. You should definitely not have to wait until you get an electric blast furnace to do it. You can craft the dust, which is perfectly fine, but they require you to have a blast furnace to make it, and that's stupid. Same for the black bronze, and neither one of those are in the primitive blast furnace. Niobium nitrate. Niobium nitrate, I don't even know what that is. I don't even think we made that. We did this. Nichrome. Ultimate should be fine. Pulsating. Serum. Tropium. Sterling silver should not be in a blast furnace either. That should even be in a regular furnace, not even in a primitive furnace. 1700 to mix sterling silver. Can anybody give me a fucking reason that they put that in there? It is silver and copper. Why does that need to have 1700K coils? You can make steel less than that. Both of those materials, that is just fucking stupid. That is asinine that you need sterling silver in there. Sterling silver should technically be in a fucking furnace. You don't ever need the shit. Yeah, I know, because GT5U. Fucking retarded. I had problems with them trying to gate the TFC materials long time ago. Neodymium. Energetic alloy. Promethium, I don't even know what the fuck that is. There's the black bronze, requires 2000K for a fucking bronze. It's fucking stupid. And we have a crafting recipe, I think, for making it. Give me the GT6 one, but I think there is a, yeah, right there, silver, gold, copper. Why they gave you that recipe, I have no idea. Yes, I understand that the melting point of sterling silver is 1700, but steel isn't even needing higher than regular coils. It's not something that requires a blast furnace. If you guys can tell me that it's a real world thing that you need a blast furnace to make sterling silver or one of those bronzes, then I will take back my bitching, but I don't see where it's going to happen today. I've seen them make those things, and I don't remember them ever using a blast furnace. I don't even know what teratobium is there. Tungsten carbide from dust. See, that might be a problem right there. If you can take tungsten carbide dust and make tungsten carbide, is there going to be a loophole in that? If we don't fix that stupid recipe, well, you guys are going to fix the fucking recipe, so I don't give a shit. Teratobium, that definitely needs to be in there. Electrum flux, we don't have anything that uses it. I don't give a shit. Imperium, again, don't really give a shit. Tungsten steel is exactly the same in both GTs. Rose gold is another one that should not be in here. Rose gold is just copper and gold. It does not need to be in a blast furnace. Vibrant, don't give a shit. I don't even know what that shit is. Holmium, don't know what that is. Tholium, 16 silicon and gallium makes a monocrystalline fuel. Rich Naquita, the hot. HLS stuff. Wait a minute. That's an important question. That is something Greg has never made. Can we do this in... So need to get Greg to add these. Because we can't... Because it's not in GT6 as a material, we can't cook it in a crucible. So we can't have HSS materials in GT6, only GT5. That sucks balls. I need to talk Greg into adding them. Osmiridium is the same. Crushed aluminum ore you can't get. Pure aluminum ore you can't get. That you can't get. That you can't get. That you can't get. They're all fine for when you're playing GT5 though. Not obtainable in this fucking pack. Iridium, tungsten, osmium, purified steel. See, look at this. Steel. Making steel. Heat capacity 1,000. But you need 17,000 or you need 1,700 for a bronze that melts at 1,200. When steel doesn't melt until 2040 fucking 6. Fuck you, assholes. Idiots. Piss me off. Fucking jerks. Down my nerves. Alloy. I don't even know. Are those the same thing? They got the same chemical thing, so I guess they're the same thing. Fucking know what that is. That's the HSS shit that pisses me off. We can't have it. Aquadria. Hold on, because we're gonna do a partition. Greg, we are starting a petition for you to add HSS materials for GT6. See what Greg bitches about that about. Y'all gotta sign this petition if he calls my bluff, damn it. Alright, this is a bunch of that stuff, which is perfectly fine. I don't care about any of that crushed.
He said, the fuck what materials?
The fuck what materials? Alright, now I gotta look it up. Dun, dun, dun.
You mean those GT5U things? How many of those are there even?
S. Let's see. HSS. Can you type this in there? It's 5 tungsten steel, 1 chrome,
What?
5 tungsten steel.
For what? 5
Yes.
tungsten steel.
1 chromium,
Uh-huh.
2 molybdenum,
2 what?
M,
Molly.
capital M, small O. Molly, yes. And 1 vanadium is HSSG.
Vanadium.
Yep. Oh, here. Let me just take this picture because it actually has the chemical formula in it. It'll be easier than you trying to type all this shit out. Let's see.
Now he's asking E to send him a link to the Indium with the HSS materials so he can just copy and paste the stat. Oh, since you're doing that, I'll erase what I typed.
Okay, one of you 3 guys, DBP, Chubby, or E, get me the file from GT5 so Greg can copy it into GT6. Oh, hell yeah. That'll make me a happy camper. That'll give us some badass fucking materials in GT6. That is by far not enough information. I am going. There you go. Was working on that part. Did it. Okay, back to streaming. Alright, so fucking A, we got something is accomplished today. Now I lost my fucking place in the damn blast furnace. Fucking hell. Damn it, Greg, I blame you. Blame Greg for this. Blast furnace. We were what, like 300? Why am I going up? Just go down, you dumbass. Start at the back and work till you get there. Alright, osmium and naquita makes hot naquita alloy. There a hot naquita alloy Oh, it's called Trinoculate. Okay, I'm not giving a fuck. Thorium yttrium glass block. That's a Bartworks thing. Okay. Zirconium and yttrium makes flawed cube zirconia. Sure. Oh, this is that fix, isn't it? Ha 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 ha. Bloody or chubby, I could kiss you. Crazy, do my dirty work.
No?
That was so fucking funny. Oh, well, I got
That
rid
would
of like
get
200
me in
plus
so
recipes from the
much
last one.
trouble.
Yeah, it would. Oh, I can't believe you fixed that. Thank you. I hated the fact it took 16 fucking stacks. That was so retarded. Crazy will
I
like
get
that when we do GT5 next time, too. There's that thing. Tungsten carbide, that works. See, look, this recipe's already in here. Tungsten carbide makes hot tungsten carbide. Just delete the other one. Just ignore that it ever existed. Everybody will be happy campers. Titanium for niobium, titanium, gallium, and vanadium. Refined iron, tungsten makes hot tungsten steel. Nichrome, fucking shit I hate. This is that weird ass, we're gonna grow shit in a blast furnace, cause that makes sense. We're growing crystals, folks. Magnesium for a hot, oh, that's the tungsten shit. That we don't care about because we don't have it. Then we got a bunch of more fucking dust shit the bear doesn't give a fuck about. And I think that's where we must have left off because we are at that dust. A whole ass ton of them. Okay, so now we need to look at the beauty of aluminum. Aluminium, you motherfucker. Spell it right. Aluminium. Okay, so we need to make aluminum dust. And if we do it in 6, it requires some kind of carbon with alumina, with aluminum fluoride, and cryolite. Give you aluminum dust. There is no other way of getting aluminum dust in this pack because none of this other shit exists. So there's no way of getting it for GT5 other than this. Wait a minute. Oh, that doesn't exist. Never mind. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Almandine ore, but that's only the GT5 variant. Actually, wait a minute. Red garnet dust. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be, and we shouldn't have to worry about that because it shouldn't be a problem. But we definitely got to get this recipe put into GT5 somehow. So that shouldn't be a problem to move over there. And then the cryolite is just a mixer. So this will be put in a chemical reactor. I have a video. If you can't find it, if I didn't put it in the tutorials or I didn't make it, let me know and I will make you one for making aluminum in GT6 so you guys don't have to try to go through NEI like I do. But there's like 6 different mixing recipes you gotta do to do this shit. Well, I got rid of like 200 plus recipes from the last go around. Well, that's a fucking plus right there. 8 coal plus WC equals 7 WC, which is tungsten carbide, is an ORDIC issue, no recipe in the code for that one. Well, how the fuck do we get rid of it? Can we just nuke it out of there? Just blow it up. That's my option for everything. And hi, Captain Unidentified. Alright, who's yelling at me? Their ore dicks are HSSG, NS. I will look one sec. Okay. How do I do such a thing? HSS. Anybody know how to, oh, ain't there an option in here? Tools, that's not it. That's not it. Keybinds, that's not it. And that's not it. World, highlight tooltips. No, I don't think that's going to do it, but fuck it, we'll do that too. Story, item ID, order name, true. There's what we need. Alright, so, uh, yeah, see? Yeah. When I turn into a cop from back in the 40s? Is that a crook from back in the 40s? Okay, back to the game. So, anything else anybody can think of that I need to discuss today? I think we've got everything. Blast furnace taken care of. Aluminum, we've discussed. Tungsten carbide, we're just going to nuke the fuck out of. HSS is getting done. Somebody's going to play with open computers and figure it out. There's a whole bunch of scripts that are going to get done. I can't think of anything else. I think we're pretty much done. Is there anything I said I was going to do that I've already fucking forgot I said I was going to do? Pyro, Spessartine, and nothing. Okay, so yeah, that exists. Did get aluminum that way, but
Okay.
that takes aluminum to do. What I do wrong? What I do, woman?
Greg is asking you a question.
Okay, what's Greg want? Yes, good, then it's correct, and they are buggy. They are as followed. Hold on, what the fuck are the colors? Damn it. S. Can you type this in? E is green, D is yellow, S is red. Well, here.
E is green.
Yes.
G is
Gold, yellow,
yellow.
and
And
S is maroonish.
F is maroon.
Here,
Go maroons.
I'm gonna do this and give him this. That should help him out. Thank you for letting me know he's talking, because you can tell I ain't looking. Let's see.
I know.
Let's see. Primitive blast furnace recipes. Besides adding the bismuth and black bronze, is there anything else we need in the primitive blast furnace? It's just regular. It's just steel, iron, pretty much. I can't think of anything else that needs to be in there. You can do silicon in the EBF, and you don't need silicon before you would get to an EBF. Maybe you might want to put silicon in there. I don't know. I actually found the one thing I'm kind of undecisive on. Okay, this is all of the iron shit. Tell by the colors and shit. Iron to make steel. Brown, iron, steel, brown. I guess you could put the garnerite and cassiterite shit in here if you wanted to, if it's not already. And metacraft, yellow, yellow, brown, 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 yellow, brown, yellow, 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 iron. There's one thing you could possibly do. No, that wouldn't work either. Damn it. There's one thing you could do, but it would be a script. I've got an idea. Let me stop flipping for a second so I can give you the fucking idea. Crazy, remind me I had an idea. I gotta finish looking through the chat real quick. I think DVP and myself need to deal with GT5 tool recipes. Okay. I'm back, and yeah, we need to deal with some GT6 conflicts. You guys already know about it, so I don't need to look at it. We need to make an add-on to make GT6 tools work for GT5 as well. Note the ash you get for the fuel. Yes, I noticed that. Okay, idea. We can't do hematite in the primitive blast furnace because it requires 4 inputs, and primitive blast furnace only has 3. But we can use a GT5 fuckery to make it work. Here's the idea. You cannot get banded iron in any way, shape, or form in GT6 World Jet. And hematite and banded iron, for some reason, are not or dictionary. So what we do is we take hematite, we put it with calcite, which turns it into banded iron, and then we take the banded iron dust and we stick that with the carbon, and that makes the iron, and bam, done. All irons are in the primitive blast furnace. What do you think? Sound like I'm trying to sell a used car. Iron, yellow, brown, yellow, iron. Fuck, 63 recipes. I'm still doing iron or steel. Anything in here but iron or steel? Fuck me running. Uphill bastard. Or up here backwards. With a dick in my ass. Iron. Should be possible, and how cheap is the car? Oh, it's cheap. It drives like a dream. You never find anything for this kind of deal any better. It was only driven by a little old lady on Sunday to church, which was less than a mile from her home. To be exact, we got it from a couple of drug stealing kids, and there's an ounce of coke in the trunk and scales in the glove box, but I ain't telling you all that. Alright, steel, iron, brown, steel, iron, steel, iron, steel. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to throw the, you just told the, I did not, you weren't supposed to hear that part. Hold on a second, I gotta get my mouth, I'll be right with you, Junior. Junior brought Southern Comfort home. God, I love having a 21-year-old in the house. Time for Bear to become an alcoholic again. What the fuck was I talking about? Damn it, he brought alcohol in, put it in my face, can't think again. But yeah, if you want to put the garnierite and the cassiterite in there, you can do that too. The malachite as well. Where to break them down. Give people an option to get nickel and tin and copper out of those materials without using a crucible if they'd like to. Because GT5 is already going to be locked behind that crucible quite a bit because of GT6 removing a lot of things. This will at least give them the option to be able to, you know, make a little bit of copper and tin. That is one thing. Greg has kind of gotten away with the, I think it's actually removed, ain't it? Thing about that, the way of making steel plates in GT5, you now get the scrap back when you do the double ingot. So I was wondering if we needed to remove the GT5 crafting, which this is the hammer crafting, which will come out. You guys need to see if this recipe is actually in the game. For GT5, we might want to think about changing that up if it is. But we can look at that when we actually start playing and shit too. Because we don't want the GT5 people to get it stuck, I guess. But that's not a GT5 dev thing, that's a GT5, you know, scripty thing, because they can make the anvil. But anyways, I think I am done for today. Either have to get Junior to not be allowed to buy alcohol or separate the two. You don't want to hear no bears drunken streams? No, I wouldn't do that. That's just goofy shit. And no, you don't have to worry about me getting drunk anymore and becoming an old drunk like I was when I was a young drunk. But a little bit every now and then is nice for my back. Makes me feel better. So, I'm gonna go have some dinner. Drunk Kerbal streams, yeah, I bet that would be hilarious. Like I don't fucking crash enough. I am going to go have me some dinner since Junior is home. And I will talk to you guys later. If there's any more questions or suggestions for things we do, throw it into the Discord discussion thing. Thank you all for joining and helping out, and all of y'all that sat back and lurked and listened to all of the craziness that is our developing of this pack. Like I said, it should be done by the end of this month, so we can actually get a server made up and start play testing this. And I will talk to you guys later. Yes, alcohol for when I'm learning Shadow to play Factorio would definitely be a good idea. Don't forget to hit the buttons, do the things, yada yada, you know what to do. Later, guys.